There is nothing to be insecure about. That you're not enough. Enough for who? Enough for what? Enough for what? You absolutely have to rely on your own sense of self. You have to rely on your own personal self-confidence. You have to rely on your positive self-image. Your confidence, your self-esteem is going to determine the overall quality of your lifestyle and relationships. It's going to determine the relationships that you say yes to. It's going to determine the relationships that you say no to. It's going to determine the kind of jobs that you think that you should take. It's going to determine the level of success that you believe that you can achieve in business. You need to raise your self-esteem. You need to raise your self-concept. You need to raise your sense of self. And you need to have your own sense of internal validation and not look for it outside. In this video, I'm going to be teaching you ways to increase your self-esteem, to let go of the low vibration, low self-esteem, low sense of self, self-doubt, self-hatred, beating yourself up, not feeling good enough, not feeling worthy, all of those reasons why you need to let those things go. Your self-esteem, your lack of self-belief, your lack of sense of self, your lack of self-worth could be the reasons why you are not achieving what you want to achieve in your life. So it's very important that you let those patterns of negative self-talk, imposter syndrome, self-deprecation, self-doubt go in order to invite a new identity. An identity where you believe in yourself. An identity where you rely on your own self for validation. A reality where you believe in yourself. A reality where you have the confidence to do the things that you want to do, the confidence to speak up for yourself, the sense of self-worth to get out of situations that you do not need to be in, the self-confidence to go for the things that you actually want to go for, to attract the sort of partners that you want in your life, to live the kind of life that you want to live internally, to not be relying on other people's validation, other people's acceptance of you, other people's acceptance, other people's pat on the back, other people's nod of approval. You are going to have to learn how to raise your own self-esteem, your own self-belief, your own self-worth. Cultivate self-esteem, self-worth, self-love in order to get the things that you want to get in life. If you're new here, I'm Zara. On this channel, we talk everything lifestyle, relationships, and personal development. With that said, let's get into it. I used to be so insecure. Like, I would literally live my life for other people. Like, every single decision that I made in the world, it was, what does my dad think? What does my sister think? What does my cousin think? What does my stepmom think? What does this guy that I fancy think? What does this? What does that? Like, girl, like, we cannot live our lives thinking about what other people are thinking, because number one, you might be wrong. You have no idea what other people are thinking. You are creating this entire narrative, giving them the script of what line they're supposed to say in your movie. Here's your line, here's your line. You are making this entire thing up. Once you understand that you are the only person in your movie, how would you move? Think about the way you would move. Think about the decisions that you would make. If you really wanted to go on a trip, but you were too scared about what your mom was going to say, what would you do if your mom wasn't there? You would probably still go on that trip. So don't be too worried about what other people are going to think, okay? If you're trying to lose some weight and people told you that when you lost weight the last time, you looked disgusting, you looked horrible, you looked like you were sick, you may be hindering your own progress because you're too worried about what other people are going to think. Oh, they're going to call me sick. They're going to say I look disturbed. They're going to say I'm going through it. If you're too concerned about that, you're never going to get back on your weight loss journey. You're never going to get snatched. You're never going to feel good within yourself, because 9 times out of 10, it's an internal feeling first. Before you start to manifest the results of actually having the body that you want, you need to have seen yourself in that body in your mind first. Like, this is who I am. This is my new identity. This is what I do. I just work out every day. I just eat good. I just eat once a day. I just intermittent fast. I just take care of myself. I just take my vitamins. I just get my rest. That's just what I do. So you can't base your weight loss journey your fitness journey on somebody else calling you sick and looking disgusting and all of that. If you feel good at a lower body weight, you feel good at a lower body weight. Nobody should have the nerve to tell you what weight that you should be, okay? If you think that you're good at something, like you're trying to pursue a singing career and somebody's telling you, oh, I knew somebody and they threw their whole life away trying to be a singer and it never worked out for them and blah, 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 all of that kind of stuff, putting all that negativity onto you. You cannot make your decision based on what somebody else has told you or the scaremongering or the fear that they've instilled into you. You need to have that sense of self-validation. Like, I don't care what anyone says. This is what I want to do. This is the calling that I feel for myself. This is the thing that keeps me up at night. This is the dream that keeps haunting me. Then you absolutely need to go for that goal. And don't worry what anybody else says. Oh, I thought you were gonna do this. I thought that you were doing finance. I thought you had a corporate job. I thought this, I thought that. Oh, well, I want to be a spiritual guru now, Oh, well, I want to be a hairdresser now. Oh, well, I want to be a meat smith now. I want to be a shoemaker now. Whatever it is that you want to do, just do it. Forget about other people's sense of validation, because you are more likely going to regret the things that you didn't do rather than the things that you did do. You miss 100% of the chances that you don't take. You miss 100% of the chances that you don't take. So don't be that girl. Do not miss your chances. Take it. Okay. Low self-esteem means when it comes to relationships, low self-esteem almost always is the culprit of accepting less than you deserve. You believe that you deserve the breadcrumbs. You deserve that this partner shouldn't do any better. You believe that they don't have to try any harder. You believe that this is all you're going to get. You believe that this is all you deserve. Even though something deep down inside you knows that you deserve better, you are still choosing the low vibration partner. You are still choosing the bare minimum partner. Why? Because at some level you feel like, yeah, this is what I deserve. I don't deserve more. I cannot just take my bag and walk. I cannot just sever this relationship, because 9 times out of 10, being alone to you is much worse, 100 times worse than being with this dusty, low vibration, low effort, bare minimum partner. And that's why you stay with them, because you feel that you shouldn't have the gall, the audacity to want more, to demand for more. Not necessarily out of them, but for yourself. You need to demand more of yourself. You don't have that demand on yourself to actually vibrate higher in every area of your life, including your relationship. Like, my man is a representation of me. He's an extension of me, or I'm an extension of him, or however you want to put it. So if your man is representative of you, are you proud of that man? Are you proud of the way that you are being treated in that relationship? Are you getting Empress treatment? Are you getting Empress energy? Are you getting Princess treatment? Because if it's any less than that, whatever you're not changing, you are choosing. So if you're in a relationship with somebody who is treating you less than, you are choosing it. You might feel like you don't have a choice, but at the end of the day, you always have a choice. We always have a choice. You just don't see it, because 9 times out of 10, you're putting mental shackles on yourself, so you're not able to see that there is a way out for you. And maybe being single isn't so bad. Maybe you're not gonna die from being single. If you're liking this video so far, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, as you might see other videos that might interest you. You literally see it as an actual threat to your existence. What does this mean about me? I'm unlovable. No one loves me. No one cares about me. I'm going to be alone forever. I'm so undesired. I'm so undesirable. No one will ever want me. This is all I ever get. This is it. And at some level, you actually believe that. you actually believe that deep down inside, that you are undesirable, no one will ever love you, that kind of thing. And that's why you're settling for these relationships. But when you increase your sense of self, when you increase your sense of self-worth, your self-confidence, your demands will get higher, honey, because you will not be accepting the bare minimum. You will not be accepting you will not be accepting the breadcrumbs, because you know exactly what you deserve. Empress energy or nothing. You know what I mean? Goddess energy or nothing. Like, whoever is coming to this kingdom, they better come correct, because we're not accepting little breadcrumbs of anything as a gift. Okay, we are expecting proper gifts. We're expecting proper gifts to this banquet. Okay, if you're coming to dine with me, you better be bringing something substantial to this table. Okay, so when you increase your sense of self-worth, when you improve your self-concept, you will only be attracting the people that you want to attract, because they're at the level that you're at. You're like, well, I will not accept any less than this, and they will have to be accordingly, because everybody underneath that does not exist. You do not exist to me, okay? Because I only accept this treatment. Like, that's undateable, you know? Undateable. If you're not doing this, this, and this, undateable, you know? Come off my line, come off my screen, come off my DMs. Bye-bye, sir. You didn't make the cut, you know? And they ought to know that as well. Anything approaching you that shouldn't be approaching you is just cheeky, okay? So your sense of self will definitely improve. Like, even when you're going for jobs and stuff like that, like, your sense of self-confidence, your sense of self-worth, your sense of your self-confidence, your self-worth, your sense of self, like, that's what's going to drag you through 9 times out of 10. It's the way that you present yourself. It's the way that you carry yourself in those interviews. Yeah, if you're telling an employer, this is what I bring to the table, and you're speaking on some low tone, and I'm not really sure if I'll get this job, and I'm not really sure, it's kind of like above my pay grade, like, you know you've got the skills, you know you've read the books, you know you've passed the exams, you know you've done all of it. But if you're not coming across like, this shit is mine, like, it's low vibration. Like, it's not like you're in self-doubt, you're doubting yourself, you're not in an energy of like commanding the show, like taking that job like by force. You're not snatching it off the shelf. You are literally asking for permission, like, oh, please, can you give me this job, because I'd really like it, and I like having money to pay for food and my bills and stuff like that, so if you please, it's not no please energy. Like, you have to command the show. Like, this is your movie. Like, I cannot say that enough. This is your movie, baby. Okay, and always bring it back to you being the only character. Okay, people talk about main character energy, but what is main character energy? I am the only one here. This is my storyline. Like, if I don't want somebody cast in my show, they are not cast in my show. Like, you can revoke those rights at any part, kill them off, you know what I mean? Kick them off the cliff, kill them off, that's your last season, honey. That's your last episode. End of story. They got hit over by a truck. Bye-bye. End of story. Like, cut them off. Like, bye-bye. And you need to make sure that you are consistently being that main character in your own story, and not playing the backup dancer. Like, you don't know what to do with your life if you're not on the phone for 3 hours with your bestie. Like, you don't know what to do if your man hasn't texted you in like 2 hours. Like, you're not in the gym. You're not at a class. You're not learning a new language. You're not cleaning your house. You're not revamping your wardrobe. You're not like making videos. You're not like taking a walk. You're not like meditating. You're not reading a new book. You're not like, there are so many things to get on with in life. Okay. And you need to cultivate that sense of inner peace, that sense of inner confidence, that you're not looking for other people's validation, other people's attention to fulfill you. I'm so bored, I don't know what to do with my life. So you need to start texting idiots like from 2002. Hey, what you doing? Long time. You start doing stupid, detrimental stuff when you haven't got your sense of self together. Okay? When you haven't got your sense of self together, you start self-sabotaging because you don't know what else to do except to drag yourself down and make yourself feel how you really feel deep down inside, which is unworthy, undesirable. You're doubting yourself. You don't think you're good enough. And you need people to reflect that back to you. That's why you will keep talking to your abusive friend, your toxic bestie. That's why you will continue texting these guys. Like, that's why you will continue self-sabotaging by watching movies all day instead of going to the gym, like doing Netflix and chill, like going out drinking instead of like reading a book. Like, you'll start to do all of these things because you're trying to mask the way you feel deep down inside. But all of those things that you're going to go and chase, they're only bringing you back to that same feeling anyway. So you might as well tackle them head on, okay? Go and sort out that pile of laundry that you've been avoiding. Change your sheets, clean your house, revamp your wardrobe, like do whatever it is. Go for a walk. Do what you are running away from, which is spending time with yourself and cultivating that deep sense of relationship with yourself. Like, I'm not bored if no one calls me for the whole day. Like, thank goodness. No one's called me for the whole day. Why? Because I can get on with the rest of my day. Like, I can go for a walk in peace. I can go to the places that I want to go in peace. And people are not like, oh, why are you going there? Why are you going there? You know what I mean? Like, no one is judging. I can go where I want. I can read the books that I want. Like, some of these books they be thick. They take a long time to read. It takes a long time to read a book. If you're spending 10 hours a day on the phone, you could have gotten through a book that could change your life. You could be doing some research on the new business that you want to get yourself into. You could be online. You could be on LinkedIn networking with people. You could go to physical networking events. You could be doing the things that you want to do. You say you want to be a singer, like sing, record a song, write a song, whatever it is. You say you want to open an e-commerce brand, do the research, it takes 1 hour to open a Shopify store. Open one now, today. Don't be like calling people for no reason. Oh, what's the motive? What's the motive? Like, the motive is setting up your Shopify store. That's the motive. You know what I mean? Doom scrolling on all these dating apps and stuff like that. I know some people have probably had success online and stuff like that, so I'm not knocking it 100%, but it is, for the most part, a complete waste of time, in my opinion, anyway. You could be going out there to networking events and finding people out there. You could be doing a spin class and go and finding people out there. Just get on with the things that you are getting on with, and you will meet someone along the way. You just need to have that confidence that it's going to happen for you anyway. Having low self-esteem is generally operating from a memory of yours. Something your grandma said when you were 2, something your mom said when you were 7, something your dad said when you were 9, and it's stuck in your head and it keeps playing over and over and over again. You need to get with the program. You need to understand that that voice is not actually yours. You've sort of stolen their voice and kept it in your head playing over and over again, so that when you're in situations, you can start to think, oh, what would my grandma say if I did this? What would my mom say if I did that? What would my dad say? So they become the internal judge for you, not your actual real voice telling you that this is good for you, this is bad for you. Your intuition always knows. But when you got that little judgmental voice that's trying to berate you and tell you you're a naughty little girl, you're not good enough, or you'll never make it in life, or you'll only ever attract these types of men, or if you dress like this is what you'll attract, or if you're not an A-star student, you'll never make it in life, or you shouldn't look for men with money because it makes you a gold digger, or you shouldn't look for financial security in men because you should have your own money. You're not worthy if you're a certain body weight. You're not worthy if you have a certain body type. You're not worthy if you don't have a big butt. You're not worthy if you don't have long hair. You're not worthy if you don't have light skin. You're not worthy if you're over a certain age and you don't have a man. You're too sexual, so it makes you a hoe. You shouldn't want to have sex at all. It means you're unholy, unclean. If you follow your creativity, you'll be broke forever and stuff like that. But when you internalize all of these voices, I want you to understand that those voices are not yours, and just catch yourself, like during the day or when you're about to do something or whatever, just catch those little voices that tell you to do this or to do that. It might even be in the grocery store. with your shopping habits, the kind of clothes that you buy, the kind of food that you buy. If you pay attention, you will notice that dialogue going on between yourself. Oh, maybe I should get the low fat version because maybe I should buy these jeans because, most of your decision making is based on another voice that you've copied from your grandma or your dad or your mom or whoever made you feel a low sense of self when you were a kid. But it's time to break out of that. Get to know your inner voice, your real voice, the real you. And it's all to do with listening to your gut. It's all to do with listening to your intuition. It's all to do with knowing that you are innately valuable, like just for being you. You are here right now. You are breathing right now. You are watching this video. Like, you are breathing. You are okay. You are fine. Like, there is nothing wrong with you. Like, no matter what has gone on in your life, I'm telling you, there is nothing wrong with you. And that was a big realization for even me to even come to. Like, what do you mean there's nothing wrong with me? Like, I've literally been told or convinced my whole life that I'm a broken person that needs to be fixed. Like, I'm not okay. I am less than. Like, what do you mean there's nothing wrong with me? And I mean it. There's nothing wrong with you. Everything happened the way it was meant to happen for you. This is just one big story. It's just one big movie. And you have the power to turn it around if you so wish. Nothing is wrong with you. Know that at the end of the day that there is nothing wrong with you. You're okay exactly as you are. Get into the habit of coming more into yourself with that at the back of your mind, knowing that with your job status, with your relationship status, with your weight status, with whatever is going on with you, you are okay. Everything is okay and everything is going to work out for you. That is all you need to understand. There is nothing to be insecure about, that you're not enough. Enough for who? Enough for what? Enough for what? That job, maybe that job wasn't enough for you. Maybe it wasn't in alignment for you and what you want, because you are the most important person at the end of the day. You've only come into this life to look after yourself, okay? So you need to look at things differently. Start looking at things differently. Have a different perspective on things. Rather than looking at yourself and you're not good enough for a situation or you're not good enough for a person, look at it as the other way around. Maybe that person isn't good for me and my life and the way my life is going or the way my life should be going. Maybe that person isn't in alignment with what I need. Maybe that job isn't in alignment for what I need. Okay, maybe that situation that I really wanted to happen for myself wasn't what I needed for my life right now. Like, just get in tune with like everything happening for you the way it's meant to happen. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with you. It doesn't mean don't go for your goals. It doesn't mean don't go for your dreams. It doesn't mean don't do the things that you want to do. But what I am saying is loosen your grip on things. And be more open to more magical things happening, or it happening in a more magical way, because there are synchronicities in this world. There are things that cannot be explained. Do not assume that it has to happen in exactly the way you want it to happen. No. Just know what you want. Get yourself in alignment with it. Know that this is for you. And however it's meant to happen, none of your business. You just know that it's going to happen, okay? Know that you're more than capable. Whatever area of life that you know that you need to brush up on, go for it. Go for it. Whatever you know that you need to brush up on, go for it. If it's getting your body in shape, start going to the gym, start eating correctly. If it's getting more beautiful, start getting the treatments that you want. Start investing in the things that you want, okay? Start investing in the wardrobe you want. Start investing in the makeup that you want. If it's increasing your skills and getting a new certificate, put your head in them books and start studying. Start adding to your skill set. You can learn a new skill every single year. All the information is out there for you. It's all in a course. It's all on YouTube. It's all at the other end of the certificate. You just need to know what you want and go for it. Do not ask for anyone's permission. This year is all about growth. So I want you to put your head in your books. I want you to put your head in your laptop. I want your focus to be all on you and not other people. Not for other people's validation, but you're elevating yourself. It's you against you at the end of the day. You want to be slimmer than you were yesterday. You want to be more beautiful than you were yesterday. You want to be smarter than you were yesterday. Okay? You want to love yourself more than you did yesterday. You want to have more self-worth than you had yesterday. You want to have a higher self-esteem than you had yesterday. You want to have a stronger sense of confidence to protect you from the bullshit. You want to have higher levels of self-confidence so that you are able to say yes to the things that you want to say yes to, and you're able to say no to the things that you absolutely do not want in your life. I want to just tell you that no one is better than you. No one. Nobody is better than you. They're just showing up differently. They are just grabbing the bull by the horns. They are just showing up regardless. They are probably scared, but they're doing it anyway. They are taking a risk on themselves. They are betting on themselves. They are disciplined. They are just doing things that you will not do. They're just taking the excuses that you have and they're doing it anyway. Oh, but it must be easy for them. They came from this background and they did this and it was easy for them and blah, blah, blah. Oh, well, this is your current setup. What are you going to do about it? You can either sit here and make excuses or you can make it work anyway, because the choice is yours. But if you know that you actually want to change, you're going to have to level up your thinking. You're going to have to start betting on yourself. You're going to have to start believing in yourself. You're going to have to stop with the self-doubt. Stop belittling yourself. Stop putting yourself down and believing that people are better than you. Nobody's better than you. They just work on themselves and put themselves out there anyway. Make sure you're doing things from love and not for love. You're not looking for anybody's approval. You're not looking for anybody's love. You're not looking for anybody's acceptance, okay? You're looking for your own love. You're looking for your own acceptance, okay? And you're looking for your own approval, okay? That's all that matters. And whatever you give to people from there, that's from love. You're giving it from the love that you have from yourself, from the approval that you've given yourself, from the acceptance that you've given yourself. You're giving it all from an overflow. You're not giving it, love me if I do this for you. Love me if I do that. Love me if I do this. Love me if I do that. You're not doing things for love so that people can notice you and appreciate you and see how much you're willing to tear your shirt to give it to them and how you're willing to kill yourself so they can love you and approve of you and all that shit. Okay, you're not doing things for love. You're doing it from love. Okay, I've said this in a previous video. Over here, you may want to check this out. When you start to respect yourself, other people will start to respect you too. Ooh, she's on her grind. Okay, she's at the gym. Okay, you know, she's normally at the gym at 10 a.m. So let me not call her then. She's normally reading a book. Sure, she has a lunch break, but she does this within her lunch break. She normally goes to yoga classes or she's working on her grind now. She's reading all these books now. Like, people need to see the difference in you and not for other people. You need to start showing up differently in your own life. You need to start doing things differently if you want different results. It's going to take a different you showing up. It's going to take getting up a bit earlier. It's going to take reading a few more books. It's going to take snappier phone calls. It's going to take not going out. It's going to take not spending as much money. It's going to take some discipline. It's going to take letting a few people down so that you can make yourself feel good, so that you could sow seeds into yourself for the tomorrow you to bloom. So don't be afraid of letting people down, because that's just a childhood wound of like not being liked or not being good or people being upset with you and you getting in trouble. But you know what? We're grown-ups now. If people are going to get upset, that's a childhood wound of theirs. You know what I'm saying? You're taking responsibility of your childhood wound and not being afraid to upset people. They need to take control of their childhood wound and stop being offended. Okay? And stop being afraid that people are upsetting them or whatever. Take responsibility for yourself. Don't be afraid of upsetting people. And you need to get with the program that you are the only one that exists. You are the only person that exists. What would you do in this exact scenario if you were the only person that exists? You need to have your own system for validation. So if you've enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments down below what your favorite part of this message was. Also, you may want to subscribe to my channel as you may see other videos that might interest you. Once again, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.